may start now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, students, I think I remember some of you asked me during this last week regarding the homework. So, can I expect homework from at least some of you today? I remember in the last class I'd given a particular passage to be done and to be shown to me in today's class. So, before we begin, is there any willing candidate to show me his or her homework? Some of you did ask me some questions regarding the homework. So I guess you were enthusiastic and you have done it. If you have done it successfully, then I will definitely be looking forward to see it. No? Okay, okay, never mind. Let us move on to the text. I'm presenting my screen as always. You have already known by this time. Is my screen visible? Okay. Well, as you all know that this entire page or this entire, what do you say, paper is concerned about your presentability in the job market, English in the working field. So here comes Unit 7, which is the most important, you can say, regarding your preparation or presentation in the job market, because this particular unit deals with preparing your CV or curriculum vitae. But before I start, I definitely believe that there are somebody among you who would be having a fair idea about what a CV is. So, would you please like to share your ideas about what a CV is? I would love to have some answers or some ideas in your mind, which is there about a CV.
Yes, hello, good morning. This is Salman here.
Yes, good
So,
morning.
so, so I would give it a try. What CV is actually.
Yes,
So,
please.
according to me, the CV is basically a written formal document where we can present our academic qualification and other personal details like the address as well as which are required for a job. So that's a written format, written proof of what is a particular particular proof
Document, you
of
can say.
documentation. I forgot that word. Yes, it's a particular document that we carry in order to actually share the information where it's all clubbed in together in a form of paper. So it's all written there. So the person or the company we are going to, they can actually look at that CV and they can relate to our personal background. So
Thank you.
that's what. Also, there are academic qualifications and everything. Welcome. Thank you.
Have you prepared any CV of your own ever?
Yes, sir, I
Uh,
have tried. I have tried. Actually, I have actually gone for looking for a job. I had worked for some time, but due to coronavirus pandemic, I'm not working right now presently because I know that there are a lot of problems. So I have written a CV by my own, and I have actually worked in two companies.
okay, that's very good.
Thank you.
Anyway, so I got answer from Salman. Is there anybody else who can add something to this? Although there are very few points to be added, Salman has summed it up very precisely. But still, is there anybody who can add some precise points, some more specific points?
I think, sir, it's also I can add this my skills other skills, sir, and
like
also
extracurricular
experience and
activities.
yeah, sir, and experience and also achievements.
Okay, okay, very good. And my next question would be, what is the purpose of a CV? Why do we prepare a CV?
So to explain ourselves in a very to explain our knowledge, our qualifications in a paper that the like we are preparing CV for jobs, such jobs and something like that. So we have to give the person to our CV for
Yes, yes.
like they can know us. They
Okay,
can at
so
least know our knowledge and all.
yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. So this is a compact report of our entire introduction. It holds records of all sorts. Means my academic records, my personal records, my residential address and phone number and contact details, my hobbies, my skills, my achievements. So it is a compact introduction of myself. Now, my next question would be, why do we need to prepare a CV? I can just simply go to the interview hall and tell all these things, or I can just go to the interview hall and present all my certificates and all my credentials. Why do we need to prepare a CV?
So I would give it a try again. So we
Yes,
need to actually prepare a CV because the company or we are actually applying to are already having or almost like 50 to 100 candidates at one stretch. So they are actually interviewing so many people. So at the first entrance only or the entrance of the company, they will first ask the CV because there it's almost jotted down how much percentage and what is the personal data that is required of a particular candidate. So that is why a CV is required at the first hand because that's comparatively that's more systematic one, and secondly it is more concise as it is actually presenting everything at one particular paper. So that's why we require CV for the presentation or when we are actually going for a particular company. After that, we will have personal discussions and all. For when we are on the one-to-one discussion, they ask.
very good, very good. Thank you. So the basic reason for preparing CV is that to reduce the time of the interviewer. They would be interviewing a lot of persons, a lot of candidates in a single day. They would not be having so much time to ask you in detail about all of your attributes and credentials and all. Instead, a CV works as a very precise, compact representation of your entire credentials. So they can just have a glimpse of it in 2 minutes or 1 minute and then know about you. They know which points to ask, they know how to deal with you, or they know which are your good positive sides, which are your negative sides, and accordingly they can judge how capable or how appropriate you are for their company. So this is a methodical time-saving approach. Very good. I'm pretty impressed from your responses, all of you. But still, I believe there would be somebody who is among you who is or who are just fresher. I mean, who is or who are just school pass out and without having any knowledge of CV. So this course is dedicated for both of you who are just freshers and who are a little experienced as well. Let us proceed. I'm coming to the reading section, zooming it a little bit more. So those of you who are using a laptop screen can directly see my screen. Okay. Your curriculum vitae CV is your most important weapon when it comes to job hunting. With your CV or resume, you will be able to promote yourself. Prospective employers will often make a snap judgment as soon as they read it. Even the most qualified people on the planet can find themselves rejected if the resume fails to impress the interview board. So how can your CV catch the attention of an employer? Avoid making it too fancy and complicated. Will have about 5 seconds to grab the attention. If it is too clever and unbearable, it will go in the bin. Don't try to make jokes and never criticize previous employers. So after this, we have already discussed that the employer is not having much time to interview you thoroughly. Rather, your CV will be working as an index of all of your credentials, and he can know uh, which are your key points and whether it suits his company or not. At the same time, this entire passage is going to guide you how to prepare your CVs, means which are the points to include, which are the points not to include, which is the approach to maintain, which is the style and format and syntax to generally gain success. Because there are cases where it has been seen that a tremendously successful candidate has failed to impress the interview board because his CV was not impressive. So preparing a CV is also an art, and this particular section or this particular lesson tries to help you into that art. CV length. There are no rules, no set rules governing the length of your CV. This will be decided on your career history, education, and achievements. If possible, try to keep it to one page. But if this looks too crowded, then spread it out over 2 sheets. If you write more than this, the employer has too much to read. Everyone has a different theory when it comes to CV design. Don't make your design very complicated. Just make sure everything is clearly marked. Include your career progress, education, and achievements prominently so your prospective employer doesn't have to search. So I have something to tell about this particular section. Like, suppose you have just passed out school, or suppose you have just passed out school and completed some degree course or some diploma course. Your CV must not exceed one page, because generally a CV contains your residential details, your contact details, your parental details, and your educational details, and a little bit of about your hobby, your extracurricular activities. So all these things will be fitting enough to be included in a single page. But if you are a highly professional candidate, if you have worked in almost 5 to 6 companies in different posts, and if you have achieved many commendations from your employers or many different awards from your employers or from many competitions, means if you have a lot more to tell about you, then it is not necessary to remain fixed only in within one page. I have seen people's CV going for even 3 to 4 pages long. Of course, those people are not freshers. They would be at the age of 40 or 45, suppose. So they are having a lot of awards, medals, achievements to include into their CV. So according to your credentials, according to the amount of the information that you need to put into the CV, the size of the CV matters, or the length. So what are the things to be included? Career history, skills and strengths. I think Shohini was talking about this, skills and strengths. Awards and achievements, contact details. Here is a basic format. Start off with your name, address, and contact details, clearly listed at the top of the page. Follow this with a profile of yourself, which should include an outline of your skills, experience, and immediate career goals. After this, you can put in your career history in reverse chronological order over the past 10 years, with brief description of your responsibilities and achievements. Then comes education, interest, personal details, and references. This is a a standard format of CV, or this is a standard order of the information that can be added into a CV. In case of government services, there is no such point of entertaining such CV. Instead, with the form of interview, they give to the candidates a blank format of CV. They call it biodata. So basically, in case of government services, the format of biodata is similar for every candidate because it is given from the authority itself in a blank form. Candidates are supposed to fill the form with proper information. But in case of private services, there is no set rule, there is no set form. So the candidate is free to design his or her own style and format of the CV. And here comes the best skill into action. If your CV is not presentable, then it means you are not presentable, no matter how good you are in your skills. Okay. Stick to the truth always. Make sure your CV is printed on good quality A4 size paper and never attach extra documents, letters, or certificates. You can take this along for the interview, read and reread your CV, then ask a friend or family member to read it as well. Make sure there are no spelling errors or copy strains, as this will be fatal. It is important to be truthful. Never try to smudge dates and jobs to hide periods of unemployment. A basic check will expose your deceit and ruin any chance of getting the job. Follow all instructions on the job advertisement. If they want 4 copies of your CV, then you should send 4. It is also important to get it in one time. Sorry, get it in on time. Once again, remember your CV is the first impression that an employer has of you. Well, there are very little things to be explained in this section, but still, I would like to elaborate a little points. Like there are many qualities of papers, but only A4 size is officially permitted or officially allowed for such documents. Apart from A4 size paper, there are A3, legal, letter, B3, and so many other sizes of papers. But please remember to maintain your CV in only and only A4 size paper, which is the most common paper available in all printing shops and all photocopy shops. According to A4 size paper, please arrange your paper setup or page setup in Microsoft Word, because your CV may look compressed and appropriate in legal paper size setup, but when you take a printout in A4 paper, it is deducted from top and bottom because you will set it up in your laptop or in your desktop in legal size papers. So please check the page setup before taking a printout. Also, please check for grammatical errors, spelling errors, because these things are going to be very fatal if found out. Also, take all the prints at a time. Do not take Xerox from printouts because photocopies generally do have lesser quality of prints, and it is understandable. If the interviewer is very keen about it, he can definitely give a lesser point to you because you have photocopied it, not taken printout. And also, do not tear the page. I mean, we never tear a fresh page, but still, use the page or maintain the page with the utmost care so that when it reaches to the employer, it reaches intact, fresh, white, unfolded, or folded as less as possible. These things convey the idea that you are careful about your CV, and that means you are careful about your entire career, which shows that you would be also careful about the job. With this ends the first section. This is a very precise, very small section. Now, this activity parts, these are also very easy. How does the CV help in job hunting? Well, I do not consider myself to be giving you the answers. First, because the answers are already given at the end of these sections, as I tell you every day in every classes. But still, please do not look into the answer sections beforehand. Try to answer it on your own. Try to search for the answer in the text itself, because in the examination also, this kind of unseen texts will be coming up, and questions will be asked. So if you generate the practice how to try to find out answers from the given text, it will definitely help you in times of examination. And after writing the text on your own, try to match it with the answers given at the end of the section. Sometimes it may match, sometimes it may not match word by word, but try to judge whether the exact idea is properly conveyed or not. It may not match word by word, but the idea may be same, because it is after all language. We can convey the same idea through different kinds of languages expressions. Why is it important to keep your CV simple and readable? How long should your CV be? In which section will you include your career goals? Well, all this information are available in the text. I'm moving on to the next area. This part deals with vocabulary. This is also very easy part, because some words are given. These words are pretty understandable, pretty easy in terms of meaning. Now, these words are used or exploited here. Based on the usage of the words, you are supposed to identify which is to be used here, which is not to be used here. So, for example, this is the section fluent in English. So this will definitely include education, additional skills, of course interests, but this will not at all include referees. This will not at all include your personal details, because fluency has nothing to do with your details. Fluency has nothing to do with your referees. Like this way, these are as easy as anything. Still, since it is there, I have to just get a small run of this. Anyway, pop music and dancing. Well, pop music and dancing will not be there in referees as well, in education as well. It might be in professional experiences. It might be in interests, personal details also, because it is coming under my likings and dislikings. Pop music and dancing. So this is a designation, or this is a rank given, professor. It will definitely come under profile. It will definitely come under any person, because the person's name is given. So referees are persons who refer you, who recommend you, or give you recommendations. So whenever there is a name given, the referee can be added into this section. Likewise, I'm just moving on. I'm not giving all the details. Listening to a consultant describes a good CV. Well, I would require a volunteer for reading it out, just like last class. A willing volunteer, please. This is the section, page number 44, which is to be read. A very small section. Anybody? I had very good two speakers in the last class.
Sir, I would give it a try.
Salman?
Yes, I would give it a try. Wait, yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready. With CVs, right? The thing starts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With CVs, first impressions are everything. For some vacancies, for some vacancies, employers receive an enormous number of applications. So it's important that our CV stands out from the rest. Firstly, it should look good, well presented, with a clear layout, with lots of white space so that the information can be located easily. Secondly, you should choose your points carefully so that your CV is concise and relevant. Keep it to one page if you can. Use the spell check on your computer. Use appropriate phrases, perhaps from the job advertisement, to express your achievements and abilities. To sum up, the key words are clarity and impact. A good CV can go a long way in getting you that all important job interview.
Okay, thank you. Now, based on these readings, there are certain questions to be answered, which are also very easy questions. Employers don't care what CVs look like. Is it true?
Sir,
Anybody?
false. Definitely false.
Definitely false. Employers do care about how a CV looks like. So, companies only receive a few applicants for each position. True or
False
false?
again.
False
False,
again.
sir.
False.
Companies receive many applications. Okay. Your CV should include as much information as possible. True or false?
Sir, true.
True, sir.
No,
True.
false.
Yes, this is under doubt because it is supposed to be true because you are supposed to give as many information as possible. But again, you are supposed to give as many relevant information as possible. And irrelevant informations are not required here. So, if it is about your CV should include as much relevant information as possible, it is definitely true. But relevant word is not mentioned here. So it is under doubt. But still, we assume that information is meant to be relevant here, not irrelevant. And in that case, it is true. You should spread your points out on the page. True or false?
Sir, false.
Why?
False.
Sir, because the point should be on the page, not out on the page, sir.
No, no, out on the page means on the page itself.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Actually, you should spread your points out on the page. It should be written like that. You should uh, arrange your points out on the page, or you should decorate your points out on the page. Spread means scattered. Points should not be written in scattered format, but in organized format. Spreading
Okay, sir.
is an antonym of organizing. In that way, it can be false. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. It is better to focus on key facts. True or false?
True.
Definitely true.
Sir, true. True.
The most important features are that it is easy to read and looks good. True or false?
Sir,
True.
true. True.
True.
True.
A good CV will guarantee a good job. True or false?
False. False.
False. True.
Yes. It, it
False.
is uh, it is uncertain. We cannot say that your CV is good, but your interview is horrible. You get the job. No, you cannot get the job. Your good CV makes sure that you are called for the interview, or makes it sure that you are judged from well perspectives in the interview. But that doesn't mean that you get the job. Your good CV will increase the percentage of your job, but not guarantee a job. So this can be false. So this is where some very easy topics. Next comes the grammar. Well, in this particular unit, means unit 7.5, the grammar is nothing but tense. Present tense, present continuous tense, simple past, past continuous, present perfect continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous.
Sir, here it is given progressive, sir.
Both means the same.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, although the tense or the knowledge and grammar of tense are supposed to be completed within the school level itself, but still, since it is given here, I'll just give you a brief about it. And I believe all of you have very fair idea about how tense looks like or what is the usage of tense. Simple present tense, anything which is done or anything which happens. Any action in the present, any habit, any fact, or any contemplation of future but in the present. Like anything happens in the present, I go. Any habit, I brush. Any fact, oil floats. This is a general fact that oil floats on water. Talking about the future, the president leaves tomorrow morning. So the president will leave tomorrow morning. This will become future simple tense or simple future tense. This can also be written like that: the president leaves tomorrow morning. Meanings are same, but the simple present tense and the simple future tense coexist in these cases. Well, the simple present tense is also known by present indefinite tense. Just like present progressive tense is known by present continuous tense. So in case of progressive, anything which is happening at present. So he's playing. I'm not playing. So you all know this verb plus ing. That's the big thing and that's the only thing. Verb plus ing signifies progressive. If it is in present, it should be with the present verb, is or am. If it is past, like where, yeah, if it is past, it should be with the past verb, was. Same thing occurs again, ing. Verb plus ing is there, just preceded by a past verb means past continuous tense, preceded by a present verb means present continuous tense. Simple past, just like simple present, it is also simple past, action that took place, not takes place, but took place. So I worked, he went, that's it. Past progressive I've already explained. Present perfect simple. Anybody who can tell me what this is? What is actually meant by present perfect? This is tense. It should be known to everybody. The very basics of any language. Present perfect means something or some job or some activity which started a while ago but still is under process or still is continuing or have just finished. I walked. She has not gone. So I have walked. The effect of work still lingers. She has not gone. The effect of not going still lingers. These things are unspoken, but still. So she has not gone. I have walked. These things are signifying facts that have just taken place just a few hours ago, just a few minutes ago, just a few days ago. But the effect of it is lingering, and therefore it is not considered under past tense, it is considered under present perfect tense. Present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. It means some activity has started definitely, but still going on in today's time. He has been speaking since last 1 hour. So now also he is speaking. He spoke last 1 hour also, and the speaking is continuing, and therefore he has been speaking. Has been and verb plus ing is the formula of present perfect continuous tense. Just like I have been working, have been and verb plus ing. Past perfect. She had spoken. Well, present perfect was I have walked. Past perfect, she had spoken. The difference is here the unspoken meaning is I have walked, and the effect of my working still lingers. The effect of my working still lingers is the unspoken meaning. Here, she had spoken, and there is no effect of that right now. And there is no effect of that right now is the unspoken meaning, means she had spoken long ago. A long time has passed in between. So a past tense of long back time is generally considered as past perfect tense. But again, the past tense of long back time, but with a continuing effect, with a progressive effect. He had been painting. For example, suppose last month somebody did a job. It is a past tense. Now, if I need to describe his doing the job, he had been doing the job in the entire last month. So now I'm describing. Had been plus verb plus ing. He had been painting the canvas in the last 2 months. So in today's scenario, the painting is not in progress. It is over. But in last month's and before last month's scenario, the painting was a progressive scenario. And therefore, paint plus ing, painting. And since it was completed, had been. Any questions? Okay, if there is no question, I'll move on to the next section. Here is Jayashree Datta describing her profile and interest in her CV. Fill in the blanks with the correct sentences. Use the table given above for references. Oh, yeah, this table can be used for reference, but I don't think you need any reference. You can just answer according to the verb given in bracket. I dash keen to follow a career in tourism or hotel management. I am keen. I dash well organized, highly motivated, and dash excellent communication skills. I am well organized and have excellent communication skills. In addition, I am reliable, flexible, and quick to learn. Is means this is a be verb. Has means this is have has verb basically. So the proper form of is which suits with I is definitely am. So whenever there is I is, these all sections will be I am. And since it is I, it will be have, not has. Likewise, here also, I enjoy yoga, swimming, skiing, and classical music. Last summer, I also. Now, what would be here? I'm asking you.
Participated.
Any other,
Participated.
any other guess?
I have participated.
Yes, it would be I have participated, because this particular section is talking about your interest. Now, your interest has to have a connection with present tense. If you say I participated, it means it is simple past tense. It means you may not have the same interest of participating it anymore, or it means you have completely changed your mind and you do not like participating anymore. So simple past tense means these some hidden meanings. On the other hand, if you say I have participated, it would mean that it is a recent fact and you still have the energy, ability, and interest of participating in New York marathons whenever it comes again. Understand?
Yes, sir.
These are very, very, very simple, very, what should I say, fine line differences between language usages. Personal experience. I dash comments in Australia for 3 years. What would be there? What would be this?
I am studying commerce in Australia for 3 years.
Any
I
other guess?
have been studying.
Okay. Somebody said I am studying, somebody said I have been studying. What is the difference?
Uh, am studying is present now.
Yes, and have been studying?
Uh, it's
So I
already
have been
finished,
studying
but
because it already had they're already studied. It's past. So sir have been studying.
So, have been study gives us an idea that whenever there is a duration, so it gives us an idea that we have somebody is doing something from beforehand and still doing it in the present.
Definitely, definitely. Whenever there is a mention of time, it means the work was started and still going on. So something which started a few years back or a few hours back and still under process would come under the name of present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous tense. The formula is have been plus verb plus ing. So I have been studying. Okay, the next one. While graduating, I dash voluntary work at the college library. What would be this one? Pardon? Your voice didn't come. Come again? Hello? You said did. Okay, any other options?
I have been doing.
Mm, there is no mention of
I
time.
had done.
Yes, it could be I had done. It could also be I have done. While graduating, it is mentioned. So it is talking about a time while you were at the final year of your undergraduate course. So during that time, you could have done something, and now you are a lot senior. You have graduated long back, maybe 2 years back or 3 years back. From this perspective, it could be I had done. But if it is otherwise, suppose you have graduated this year only, it would be I have done. Recent past is I have done. Long back past is I had done. Okay.
So why not they?
Uh, well, judging from the sentence, particularly the sentence, it could as well be I did. If I am the examiner, I would give correct answer. I mean, I would give marks to all the three answers. I did, I have done, I had done. My job dash to enter student profiles into the college database. My job is. Uh, Niyati Gupta, your voice is not properly audible. Could you rejoin? Could you just disconnect and rejoin?
Okay, sure.
Okay, just try to speak something so that I can understand.
So I was telling it will be was. My job was.
Yeah, your voice is proper now. My job was, well, I won't say it is supposed to be in past tense because professional experience or experience, it means it is your present job. It should be definitely preferable if you say about your present tense only. Recently, I dash the cash counter at the local supermarket. What is this one? The clue is given in the sentence.
I am managing.
No, sorry.
Have been managing.
No, sorry.
Manages. I manages the cash counter.
This
I
particular word
had managed.
recently means a very recent past. Means I have managed.
Have managed
Yes, have
or
managed.
had.
Had is not a recent past. Had is a long back past. Recently means this is a very recent fact. Means the effect of my managing the counter is still probably lingering. So this is the clue recently. The next one, this dash give me additional skills in managing customers and dealing
Sir
with.
gave.
Well, it could be gay, but since this is recently, and on the basis of this recently, this is have managed,
So
I
this
would go
will
for
give me.
this.
This will
This
give me.
had given.
This
This
Have
has
given.
given.
Have
This
have
has given.
has given.
Since the first line is in present perfect, the second line will also be in present perfect.
Okay, sir.
This is the simple rule. After the first line, the second line, if it is following the same relevance and the same topic, it cannot change the tense all of a sudden. It will be in the same tense. I have managed, this has given me. Okay, next the writing skill. I was pretty surprised that nobody had shown me the writings. I thought that I would be having a lot of time to check your answers today. But anyway, writing skill using all the information you have gathered on your writing CV. Excuse me, I have a phone call. Just pardon me for a second. Yeah, okay. If you're writing a CV for the first time, include any work experience that you have. This could be unpaid, voluntary, summer jobs, internship, or extracurricular activity. You can use the following template to write your CV. Feel free to make changes to the template according to your needs. Well, this is the template, or this is the pro forma that I was talking about. In case of government services, this kind of pro forma is provided to the all candidates so that all of their biodata or CV looks pretty similar. Only the informations are properly visible, and the interviewers can easily judge or easily locate the desired information. You can also develop your own CV on the basis of this given pro forma and on the basis of your personal information. But in this context, let me tell you one very important thing is that I have checked many answer scripts of term and examination of assignments, and I felt very sorry to give poor marks to students, those who use names. Please do not use names. It may sound weird, it may sound disturbing to all of you, but it is a rule. While appearing in any competitive examination or otherwise while appearing in any university examination, your secrecy is very important. So, while writing a CV, if you write your name, it will definitely reveal your identity to the interviewer. Sorry, reveal your identity to the examiner, and the examiner may be influenced by knowing your identity to give you good marks. On the basis of this point, a definite rule is set up, or definite act is made that candidates who use names, proper names, in their writing skills are to be given poor marks, are to be penalized basically.
Then, sir, the
So,
assignments that we got, there also we won't write our own name.
no. Sorry, where is it?
The assignments that we
Signature
are supposed
areas.
to,
Where is it?
this, so assignments, these terms
Assignments.
assignments.
No, no, no. Never. Nowhere at all. Not in the assignments, not in your university examinations, and not at all in your competitive examinations.
Sir,
Instead,
then
The rest can
what
be same, only name we can change. We have to change.
suppose you are Salman, okay, and you would like to not use your name because it is crime. So in case of Salman, if you write Sohini, the examiner will not know whether you are not Sohini. The examiner will only see that you have written a name, and that means you have revealed your identity. Whether you're Sohini or you're Salman, irrespective of the fact, you will be penalized. So no proper name should be used, no proper address should be used. Instead, in the place of name ABC, in the place of address XYZ, in the place of city, say MNO, PQR, whatever. Try to use the places of proper nouns like this. Wherever these proper nouns are going to reveal your identity, please do not use proper nouns. So here you are supposed to write a CV. You can write that my name is XYZ. And when it comes to your educational qualification, you can write that I have studied from Calcutta University, I have studied from Delhi University. No harm in that. Because these universities will not reveal your identity, but your address, your name, these particular columns will definitely reveal your identity. So avoid using proper names. Anybody's name, not your name, but anybody's name, it should be about it. Clear? So this unit is done. We are pretty strict with the time, 11:58, and we are done with the first unit. In the next hour, we'll be doing the second unit. Before we proceed to the next unit, if there is any question, you can ask me. Is there any question in your mind regarding CV?
So in the CV, is it needed to added your strengths?
Definitely, definitely. Along with that, it is also needed to address your weaknesses, but in a smart manner, so that it doesn't look like your weakness is definitely your weakness. For example, if you uh, if you create two columns in your CV, my positive sides, my negative sides. In the positive side column, if you write, I am a very good team player, or I am a very good team worker, I am very honest, I am very hardworking, these things will definitely go to your positive side. If you're negative in your negative side, if you say I am very clumsy, I am very sleepy, I am very foodie, this will definitely ruin your CV. But instead, in your negative side, if you write that uh, I am very prone to trusting people, I am very faithful to friendship, and it sometimes betrays me. This kind of tricky mentions about your negative sides will actually turn out to be your positive side. Suppose if you say that I am very prone to believing people or trusting people, this will show that you are a very good human being. But you have mentioned this in negative area because you have been betrayed after trusting somebody. So this negative will actually work as positive. This is a smart way of using in negative signs. Any other question? Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
in the CV, sir, we can add our certificates, na, sir, like our course certificates that we can include that, na.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, sir.
Actually, you can mention. You cannot enclose. Enclosing should be done after the CV. In our last class, we have talked about portfolio making. In portfolio making, we have discussed how in a big file, a portfolio is managed. In the very second page, the CV is there, and then all the certificates are followed by the CV, one after another.
Okay,
So
sir.
is additional skills are important in the CV?
You mention it. If additional skills are important and you believe it is required and relevant, you definitely mention it. If you have certificates also, you should enclose it in your portfolio.
So I have one more question regarding, as you have said that you have to mention ABC or XYZ regarding when you are actually mentioning a particular name in the assignment portal itself,
Yes, yes.
uh, even in the exam. But what should we do if we have telephone numbers or at the moment of time? What should we do? Should we give a random? Uh,
In case of telephone number, this is a 10-digit number. You can just write first two digit and last two digit, and in the middle, you can just write six cross signs.
okay, and six cross signs and the address. What should we do with the address?
Complete imaginary road name. Sorry, complete imaginary alphabetical road name means XYZ Street. Then Kolkata you can write or Delhi you can write because once you are not properly mentioning the name of the street, you are not revealing your identity. A
Okay,
city is a
okay,
very big place. Anybody can live in the city, and everybody can live in the city. So it is not easy to find out who you are. But
okay,
street is a specific one. So in case of the specific one, try to use alphabetical implementations.
okay. Thank you so much.
So so what is the
Yes.
interest is? Like what we can add in interest?
Interest, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, it could be like if you have any interest to listen to music, reading storybooks,
So is it
or
important
anything
to add
similar.
is
It
it
is.
important to add that?
It is not important, but it is in a way an additional information. If you believe that it can help you, then you can add it. It is just an additional information.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Just a second, please allow me to change the hotspot mode.
Should really turn off your microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me properly? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you. I was worrying whether the connection will be disconnected or not because I changed the hotspot mode. For a fraction of a second, there was no connection in my computer. So that's why. Anyway, so moving on to the next section, which is Unit 8, preparing to face an interview. So slowly and gradually, we are coming close to the secret tricks and coming close to the interview schedules. This time, how to present yourself, how to behave, how to react, and how to keep yourself calm is the topic of this section. So, assuming that you have been called for the interview, means your cover letter and your application has been granted by the interviewer, and now you are appearing in the interview. Congratulations, your cover letter and resume have made a good impression, and the employer has called you for an interview. Now it is time to make sure that you also have the interview panel, so the interview planned out as far as possible. Most people want to know how much English they need. Well, here's the answer. A good amount of effective communication skills in English might actually clinch the deal for you. So this is very important because it might be any sort of job. It might be a newspaper editor, or it might be a government service, or it might be any private salesman job, or it might be any BPO job. Generally, interviews are done in English language only. And if you have a good communication skill, you are the showstopper. In an interview, you have as little as 10 minutes to give an impactful answer to the one main question from each panel member. There could easily be six or more of them, and not surprisingly, the number of people gazing at you from across the table seems to increase the higher the profile of the job. Well, in case of an interview, there are generally 4 to 5 interviewers, or at times 8 to 10 interviewers as well. Sometimes all of them ask questions. Sometimes only a few of them ask questions, and the others silently observe your reactions, your movement of the eye, your movement of the hands, how fumbling you are, how confident you are in terms of your approach in the answers, and all that. But you only have a very few minutes, very less time to make the impression, and which is a one-way process. We have already discussed in our last sections that in interview our chance is only once. We ruin it, we don't get a repeated chance. What is the panel is testing is obvious. Do they believe you can do the job well? Of course, they need employees. You need job. They are not sitting there to squeeze you, to bully you. They are sitting there to select the proper candidate from a number of candidates. So definitely they will judge on the criteria of their job condition. Who is more appropriate, or rather who is most appropriate. How can you expect the interview panel to pin down your good qualities
So
if you are...
panel means
Panel means the chamber or the group of interviewers is actually called panel.
So, what is the meaning of job seeker?
Job seeker means a person who is seeking a job. Means a person who is appearing for a job, appearing for an interview, are all called job seeker. How can I expect the interview panel to pin down your good qualities if you are not sure of them yourself? It tells you to become confident, to become very confident indeed. Because only your confidence can reveal your true identity in the interview hall. If you yourself is not sure about your qualities, how can they be sure about it? There is a basic difference between teacher and employer. The role of a teacher is to take out from the student his hidden qualities. The student might not know that he has that quality, but the teacher has to explore it, because the teacher is a guiding people, or is a caring personality. On the other hand, an interviewer is a testing personality. He doesn't need to reveal your identity. He doesn't need to take out your hidden skills from you. He needs to know how much you know about yourself. You also need to be able to turn your not so positive attributes into something more flattening. For example, you may have chaotic organizational skills, but are finding tremendous help in the form of lists. Well, this gives a very interesting insight into one's character. Suppose your organization skill is very down. You are very poor as a team leader, but you are very good in terms of making the lists. So you have to organize your CV, and you have to maintain your description of your qualities in such a way that it would prove that though you are not a good organizer, though you are not a good team leader, but you are a very essential, inevitable team member, because the job of listing is done better by none other person than you. So this is a way of hiding your negative sides through certain other positive sides, which are inevitable. Not all the employers are looking for team leaders, because suppose they have a vacancy of 50 people and they hire 50 people who are psychologically team leaders, there will be huge chaos in the company, because all of them would want to become leaders. Then if all of them are leaders, who is the team member? So in case of a 50 people vacancy, they would be hardly looking for 5 team leaders and 45 team members. So this is the criteria that you need to understand and accordingly react. Your not being able to become a proper organizer is no crime. Rather, this inability can be cleverly shaded by the sheer ability of your listing capacity. So get the facts about yourself clear in your mind. You may know you are strong in the lab work, but weak on writing up, or you may be excellent speaker, but poor on project management. However, your SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. Your SWOT analysis shapes up. Make sure you have assessed yourself thoroughly and honestly before you start. Getting constructive criticism from colleagues will undoubtedly help you a lot. So basically, you have to prepare yourself on this chart, SWOT analysis chart. So prepare yourself for the task of preparing yourself. Prepare a set of questionnaires which would ask yourself about your own capacities and capabilities. Answer them honestly, answer them bravely. Study those answers. Ask help from your friends and colleagues and family members. Then chalk out a very neat plan to hide your negative sides. Some other examples are also given here, like you are, where is it? Yeah, you are strong in lab work, but weak in writing up. So in this way, you just find out your positive sides and negative sides in working field, and then chalk it out, and then hide the negative fields by means of increasing advertisement of your positive sides. Suppose if it is a chemist lab, a lot of works are there, along with advertising, marketing, sales, lab work, jotting down the reports in the lab. Everything is necessary. So if you are not good in writing, but if you're good in maintaining the laboratory, that will also help you out. Because in a chemist lab, they need all sorts of employees. So they would definitely judge you in terms of the lab worker or in terms of the laboratory assistant. Okay, do they like the look of you? It's true to say it's called an interview because they call you into view you. Of course, this has more to do with your attitude than with your haircut or the color of your tie or blouse. You could seriously harm your chances with something as trivial as not smiling at all during the interview. As I
Sir,
say,
what is the meaning of trivial?
uh, which is a very low importance, which is a very less importance,
Okay, sir.
very light. Well, as I said, that there are at times 4 to 5 interviewers in the panel, or at times 6 to 7 interviewers of the panel, and not all of them ask you questions. Some of them, all the time, thoroughly, silently keep on observing you, top to bottom. So, in this observation scale, you may be marked very low if you do not smile, or if you have some aura in your personality which emanates negative energy. So going to the interview means you have to be positive thoroughly, you have to be charming, looking confident, and it doesn't matter whether you are wearing a very colorful dress or you are wearing a very costly branded dress, because how you look like is of no importance to them. You may be belonging from a very poor family. It doesn't matter to them because they are there to give you job. To
But
be
sir,
good job.
it's needed to wear some formal dress, no? You should wear some formal.
Of course, it should be some formal dress, but you can suppose you can purchase a formal dress, a formal shirt with 800 rupees, with 5,000 rupees. The cost and brand of the shirt will not matter. You can purchase a shirt which is pure white. You can purchase a shirt which is off white. The color of the shirt will not matter unless it is red or unless it is green. Like I mean, any vibrant color is generally not entertained. So I need to say your economical background will not matter. Your cost of dresses will not matter. What will matter is your attitude. Your haircut will not matter. So this will be interpreted as either that you are not able to cope under pressure or that you are born miserable, not good. So if you do not smile, they will understand that you are under pressure and you cannot handle pressure. They will understand that you are not a charming personality, not a humorous personality. So a robot is not required in a company. A human being is required. A human being has to have some sense of humor. If that is missing, well, your chance will also be missing for cracking the interview. You are a happy person and you are not under pressure, you are relaxed, confident, you are likely to get lots of other offers, you are on your way to the top. These are very vital points, but among them, most vital is this one. You are not badly looking for this particular job. If you're badly looking for this one, well, this will prove that you are not so successful in your career. This is the only one opportunity that you have received after a long days gap, and probably this is the last opportunity that you have. So you are desperate, and if it is so, then you are incapable. So what you have
Sir,
to
so sorry
behave
to
like.
interrupt you. What is the meaning of miserable? Non-miserable.
Please come again. There is some noise behind me. I cannot hear you properly. Please come again.
So what is the meaning of born miserable?
Well, born miserable means you are born with uh, negative conditions, or you are born with disadvantage in your character, in your personality.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, if you behave like that, you are a very successful person in your career, and this particular job is just a simple interview for you. It doesn't at all matter whether you crack this or you fail this, because there are going to be a lot more other interviews that will come in future in your life. So this attitude will definitely impose a cool stance on your face, which they will definitely like. Desperation for only one interview is not appreciated. In addition, you must look relaxed, confident, happy under pressure, and well, successful. You must look bright. Bright not with your dress, but with your eyes. This is the impression you want to create. This is the affirmation you need to say in your mind before you talk through the door. Sorry, before you walk through the door. So, means before you enter into the interview hall, these positive qualities and attributes you are supposed to develop and retain within your character. Do you show any strong contradiction for either A or B? A or B means this is B, this is A. If you have any contradiction, just this is explained here. Just one no can turn the panel against you, even if they quite like you in all other respects. In a nutshell, for the whole interview, never cease to be enthusiastic. You're relaxed, so smile a little. Attentive, you are alert, maintaining good eye contact and nodding a fair bit. And positive, give forward-looking answers. Warning, do not go to the other extreme and appear cocky. Cocky means extremely frank.
So
No one
nutshell
likes.
means
Where is it?
nutshell means in a nutshell for the whole interview never.
In short, in brief. No one likes a cocky person. Even if your CV is strong and you have already come across well during the interview, a little humility is always a very positive thing. Expressing a willingness to learn more or admitting a small weakness will make you appear honest. So definitely, you are supposed to be honest as well. Do not try to be overreactive or overreact at some points, which reveal your dishonesty. Whatever you are, be the same. Do not pretend to be anything else. Rather, if you think that anything you need to be pretended, try not to pretend but to be that thing. Suppose if you're lazy, and if you think that your laziness is a negative sign that should be hidden from the interview hall, and if you pretend to be very active, I would say do not pretend to be active, but rather implement the active role in your character so that you do not need to pretend to be active. Okay, my last piece of advice would be to never let your guard down and get your big 10 must do's ready. Your sociability will almost certainly be tested. Everyone you encounter needs to be impressed, from the peon to the chairperson. To be prepared to think on your feet and charm them all. You will end up feeling exhausted. But if you get your head straight before you start, you will find it much easier to sell yourself. And with the best luck, you might just get the job. It means through the interview session, the entire day, try to retain all the positive aura that you can. Based on your homework, that SWOT analysis, try to figure out what are the deficiencies in you and try to recover those deficiencies. On the day of the interview, starting from your home to the interview hall, at the waiting hall, after coming out of the interview, coming back to your home, retain all the aura that you have practiced. That's the key. And take my words, I have cracked almost 5 to 6 interviews in my entire life, and I have done almost 5 government jobs, including 2 central government jobs. What they say in this particular section is definitely true. Well, coming to the activity section. Select the most appropriate answers according to the passage. Good communication skill in English may help you get the job, may impress the interviewer, are not very necessary. Which is it? Tell me.
So B1
The second.
may impress the interviewer.
Okay. A SWOT analysis will reveal what you need to hide during the interview, will only discourage you, will help you make an honest assessment of yourself.
So third one will help you make an honest assessment of yourself.
Very good. A suitable impression of you during the interview would be aiming for the top, appealing, relaxed, confident, alert, not under pressure, laid back.
The second one,
So
The second one.
B1. Yes, sir, B1.
appealing, relaxed, confident, alert.
Actually, all the 3 points are somewhere or the other mentioned in the text. But this is a tricky question, which would have only the second one as the right answer. Thank you. How many of the following statements are true? A good CV will not be enough if your attribute is wrong. True or false?
So true.
True,
True.
sir.
So true.
Admitting mistakes will create bad impressions. True or false?
True, true.
True, sir.
So
True,
false.
true, sir.
This is
True.
Some
false. This is
some
false.
of them, some of them only.
Some of the mistakes you should admit in order to prove yourself to be honest. The last sentence. Personal characteristics are a major part of what is being assessed. True
So
or false?
false.
Is it?
So true, because
True, yeah.
personal characteristics are being monitored and along with what we are speaking. So it
Yes,
comes under
yes.
non-verbal communication.
Yes, yes. The way I look, the way I nod, the way I behave, sit, move my hands, move my head, everything is personal characteristics, and these things are observed and assessed.
Okay, sir.
It is important to be able to present your characteristics in a positive light. Definitely true.
So true.
The way you are dressed could be the single most influential factor in the interview.
So this is
True.
false. False. This is not the single most influential character
So false,
Yes,
factor,
false.
yes,
is it?
It's
It's not the
false.
single most. It is one
yes.
of the. It might be
False.
one of the factors, but
Yes,
not the
sir.
single most.
Definitely, definitely. Last one, the focus should be on being on your best behavior only in the interview room.
So true.
So false. So false.
So false.
False.
Why false?
Because they're observing you outside of the interview room also. Once you enter in the office, they can observe you.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's what they said. Behave well to the peon also. Behave well to the gatekeeper also. That's why I told you, be into the character throughout the day, starting from your house, from back to your house.
Yes, sir.
Some 10 must do's. You can do it on your own. These are very easy things. These are very funny brain teasers. A profile of your professional, educational achievements and qualifications. Only the fourth letter is given, and this is a five-letter word. These are basically puzzles, brain teasing puzzles. Answers are all given at the end of the section, but please do not go to the answers straight away. Try to find on your own, tease your brain for some time, then go to the answer section. Reading comprehension. Okay. This is a reading comprehension, and I would need a volunteer to read it out. Salman has already read one thing, so I won't need Salman. Rather, I would need somebody else. It might be Mo Boni who read in the last class, or it might be anybody else, Indrani Shannal or Samabir Jahan, anybody else. I need a volunteer to read this section because this is your reading skill or this is your reading comprehension. So your reading capacity is also to be checked and practiced.
So may I read?
Yes, who is it? Mo Boni Datta. Okay. The brave girl again. Okay. No.
Most managements regard the hiring of entry level professionals as one of its toughest jobs. With experienced people, there is a frame of reference, a track record. With recent graduates, there is little or nothing. Often, the only solid things that the interview has to go on are the examination results, which is a blind alley when it comes to the question of whether a candidate can be a good employee or not. Employers consider employing new recruits a gamble. So, as recruiters, we have to find different ways of predicting potential. After relying as the best we can, After relying as best we can on examination results to evaluate your ability, we focus on questions that reveal how willing you are to learn, to get the job done, and how you would be on average days and when the going gets tough. For the candidate, our advice would be to try and stand out of the crowd. Don't be branded as average in an interview where thousands are trying their luck. How to do this? Well, the simplest way is to give concrete evidence of what you claim to be. Contrary to popular belief, it isn't necessary to have snap answers ready for every question because you can never do that. In fact, it is important to pause and collect your thoughts before answering. By the same token, occasionally asking for question to be repeated is useful to gain time. Only occasionally though. Most recruiters would also advise owning up to something you don't know. Don't try to bluff the panel on issues that can be verified and checked and believe me, most of things can. But of course, remember, you cannot really afford not to know too many things. If you do come across a question that stumps you, don't babble incoherent, incoherently.
Incoherent.
It is best to say, I'd like to come back to that later. You'll get time to come up with a logical answer.
Okay, thank you, Momani. Well, it was an extempore reading for Momani, so she was not aware of so many words. That's why a little bit of fumble came from her. But still, I would encourage her for the bravery that she tried to speak. Activity. Well, I'm not explaining this section because it is a reading section, and all of you are supposed to read it on your own and understand. So I'm not going into explanations, but these are very easy sentences and a very easy passage. You can you can
So
understand
what is
on
the
your
meaning
own.
of
Babble.
gamble?
There is no babble. There is babble. Are you talking about this one?
No, sir. I'm talking about
Tell me the line.
Shoini, is it in the first para?
Yeah, I lost it actually. I saw it before.
Employers
Where?
consider employing new recruits a
Yeah,
gamble.
yeah. It's the line. Recruits in a gamble.
Okay, this one. Gamble is, well, you can say gamble basically means, in real word, in its etymological term, it means playing jua, means playing on the chances. But here it means recruits a gamble, recruits on a random basis. Randomness is identified on your performance in the interview hall and your presentation of yourself as well as your entire portfolio. You may not be so as you appear to be in your interview, but based on the interview only you are judged, and so it is a gambling. It is a random choice. There is a very popular debate whether love marriage is good or whether arranged marriage is good. Some people say love marriage is good because you can spend a lot of time with your partner and can check your compatibility with each other. Some say even spending 7 years into love relationship, we do not understand our partners. So love marriage is not good. Instead, arranged marriage is good because you need to check the family status, check the history of the persons that is going to become your partner, and you spend some evening with him or her, interviewing him or her rather. Again, it says it can also be a gamble because while you go for arranged marriage contract or you go for interviewing the partner, that person may be fully prepared to pretend somebody else who he or she actually is not. So basically, choosing anything out of interview is basically a random choice, and that's why it is talked about as gambling.
What is the meaning of bluff? It's in last para.
Taking lie,
It's the,
speaking
most
lie.
recruiters would also advise owning up to something you don't know. Don't try to bluff the panel on issues that can be verified. It's in last
Yeah.
para.
If you are asked some question which you do not have the proper answer, do not try to manage it by giving some other answers. Do not try to manage it by giving some irrelevant answers. Bluff basically means cheating or talking lie, but here it means trying to manage in some unmanageable way. If you do not have the answer, honestly say this, yes, sir, I do not know this answer, or you can honestly say that I'll come to it later on. So
So
that
what is the meaning of babble in I can speak incoherently, something like that.
Babel is actually an onomatopoeia word. Onomatopoeia word basically signifies a word prepared from sound or a word coined or generated from sound. Babel means speaking like a duck. Quack, 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 quack. Means you are not being able to speak anything. You were just like just making any sounds like like this. This is called babel.
After that, what does it spell incoherently?
Incoherently means inconsistently. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Activity: complete the following sentences with ideas from the passage. Most recruiters regard taking an entry-level professional a tough job because what? I don't know. You can find out. Examination results are not the only thing. Interviews are also focusing on this. You can find out. I'm leaving it up to you. Choose the most appropriate answer. What is the recruiter's opinion about difficult questions? Go ahead and give any answer. It comes to you. Take your time to think and then speak. Just say you don't know. What would be
So if you
this?
if you know the answer, then take your time and think, and then speak. And if you don't know, then just say you don't know.
Very good. Thank you. But here we need to choose only one point.
I think take your time to think and then speak.
Yes. Take your time to think, and then if you think that you cannot say, you say no, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Examinations are not the only standard of judgment because they never make a sense anyway. Workplace skills like teamwork, problem solving, adaptability, and ethics are not tested in examination formats because a good candidate can get a bad score once in a while. What do you think?
Sir, the first, because the never makes sense.
No, 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 no. Examinations
Oh, sorry,
do
sir.
generally make sense.
No, sir, no, sir. Sorry, sorry, sorry. That's wrong. Sir.
So
This
The
I
will be
think the
second
option.
third.
one.
I think the third
Second
one, because
one.
This will be option B.
B. Second one.
Option B.
so I think it's option C, because a good candidate can get a bad score once in a while.
Well, it has certain chances to become option C as well. I do not disagree with you completely, but I believe option B is a little more appropriate than option C because nowhere in examinations our team solving, our team working, adaptability to work ethics are tested. It is true completely. It is also true, which is mentioned in option C, but judging the relevance to a working field, I believe option B is a little more appropriate. But still, thank you for your contradiction as well.
Okay, sir.
Concrete illustrations of the abilities that you claim to have will show that you have amazing memory, that you are good at talking, that you have done what you claimed.
So option C, I think.
Anybody else?
Sir, option C.
It can be also. And
It can be B and C, but I believe C is a little more appropriate.
yes, sir. That you have done what you claimed. Because you have to be honest in front of them.
Yes. Honesty is revealed through this.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Vocabulary, very simple things. Fill in the blanks with words given in the box. No need to be explained. I'm moving on. Listening comprehension. Well, it would be good if some volunteer wishes to speak again. I mean, read again, because just a second. This is the area which needs to be read, and others will listen to it. And on the basis of it, we will prepare the questions or we will prepare the answers of these questions. Anybody? This is the personal information schedule of Ruchi Shaw, Ruchi Sahai. Anybody? Okay, no problem. I'm reading it. Ruchi Sahai, 44 London Road, contact this, Manchester, education, St. John's School, Manchester College Advertising Studies. Other information, 3-year training and apprenticeship in animations and computer graphics with I Corp International. summer job with the daily plan, local news section. Well. These are all the achievements and qualifications of Ruchi Sahai. Based on these, you need to prepare the answers, or rather, you need to prepare her CV on behalf of her. Date and date, this meeting with this company, this. My interest areas include. This could be her interest areas. Regular contributor to the daily means she writes daily news or she writes daily magazines. Skills they should know about. I'm good at Spanish and French. I can. Well, these are all achievements. Member of the local debating society, so I can take part in debate. Member of the student council, this is not required here. Member of the project group dealing with counseling of teenagers, I can counsel teenagers. I can play drama. So this could be in the section of I can. I have, I have the twice honorary member of student council. I have become. Questions to ask the interviewer. Well, questions is to be written by you because the information about which question she can ask to the interviewer is not properly mentioned in this particular box. So based on the information given in the box, you need to identify and judge what kind of question she can ask to the interviewer. Choose the most appropriate alternative. David's suggestion was to make a cheat. We need to listen to this section. Now, where is it? The audio section is probably missing here. I checked twice, but I didn't find it. Oh, it is there. It's there. So from here, you can answer the questions. This is David, and he would suggest somebody about interviews, and based on that, you need to answer the questions here. Yeah, here. David's suggestion was. Now, if somebody wants to speak, I would come into this, or rather, otherwise, I would skip this because this is already 12:48, and we are almost towards the close of our session. We can end this, but if somebody is willing to speak or read out, I can allot time for this. Otherwise, on the basis of the reading skill or listening skill, you can answer this question. These questions are pretty easy. One option will be chosen. These are the summarized tips for the positive skills in the interview panel. This part is also to be done from the listening skill. And in terms of writing, which do you think was a better interview? Why? I don't want you to write this because right now we have to first know the listening skill, then only we'll be able to answer this particular writing section. Look at the final question of the second interview. Oh, this is also based on the interview. This is also based on the therefore listening skill. So you have to go through that first. Writing 2. Make your own cheat sheet. use David's idea. So here also you need to follow David's idea, means you need to follow the listening skill first. On the basis of the suggestions and advices given by David, you need to prepare your own cheat sheet as well as a CV. I would request all of you, please do not give gaps. In each week, try to complete all the exercises in each 2 units that we complete generally in every week, so that your task will be complete at your hand. Whenever examination comes, whenever any assignment criteria comes, you will be very much ready to go for it. Otherwise, if you give gaps, it is not possible for me as a counselor to check your answers every day. Today also I asked for the homework, but nobody presented. So it is not possible for me to check each and every one every day. Be honest to yourself, do it on your own, keep records, and keep it written neat and intact in your copybooks. This will help you out at the end of the session. You will find out. Thank you for today's sessions. I just close the screen presentation. Okay, we have just 5 to 10 minutes for discussion. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Or otherwise, we can end the meeting here. Okay,
So what is psychological and behavioral cues?
where is it?
So
Showing.
it's in quick tips,
Okay,
positive factors in an interview, and after that, psychological and behavioral cues.
just I'm checking it. Please wait once. I close the page. Yeah, got it. Quick tips, then psychological and behavioral cues. Cues means advices or key roles, key activities. Got it?
Yes,
Showing.
sir. So yearly arrival. Yearly. What is the difference between yearly arrival and late arrival?
Yearly, no, this is early.
Early arrival. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Coming early and coming late, that's it.
Okay.
Sir, what is the meaning of candor?
Where is it written?
It's
Sir,
in
verbal cues,
verbal
please.
cues.
I didn't get, sorry.
It's
Sir,
in
quick
verbal
tips,
cues.
verbal cues.
Verbal cues. Candle.
Candor, CANDOR. Saying the positive factors in an interview.
Sticking to the main point, relevant responses, organized information, spontaneous replies, candor. Okay, candor means being candid in nature,
Okay, sir.
being spontaneous in nature, or being energetic in nature, happy.
Okay, sir.
So what
Then,
is
sir,
the meaning of throwing?
Where is it?
It's in
in the
negative
negative
factors in
factors.
an interview.
Frowning. Frowning means fumbling kind of thing.
Sir,
Not being
spontaneous
able to speak
replies.
properly. Yes?
The spontaneous replies.
Spontaneous means ready. Spontaneous means coming automatically from within yourself.
Okay, sir.
So what does it mean by generalizing or excessive detail?
Suppose you do not know the answer, which is which is questioned at you, and you try to manage the answer by giving general idea. Suppose you are asked, who has written this book? And you start saying, writing a book is very easy thing. Anybody can write this book. So it can be you, it can be me, it can be anybody walking through the street. This is a generalizing idea. You are not giving the proper answer of who has written this book. Either you know it, you say. If you don't know it, you say, I don't know. But if you try to generalize that anybody can write a book, this book can be written by you, this book can be written by me, this thing can go against you. You are trying to generalize the idea.
Sir, evasive.
A kind of escaping.
So what is mean
Like,
reinforce? REINFORCE.
Where is it?
It's in 8.10. Let us sum up. It's in page number 54.
8.8 or 8.10?
8.10. 8.10.
8.10.
Last para.
Last paragraph.
Writing sections provides activities designed to reinforce your preparations.
Okay, reinforce means uh, make better, improve, or enlarge.
Okay, sir.
sir, what you have told the meaning of evasive, I couldn't hear, sir. Can you please repeat?
It's kind of escaping.
Okay, sir.
Escaping.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
Or it's kind of double meaning. Evasive. Okay, then see you in the next Monday. Bye bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
हेलो सोहिनी. हेलो.
Yeah, Rani. Say.
हाँ सर, फर्स्ट में क्या पढ़ाए थे, थोड़ा मुझे व्हाट्सएप में दे देना प्लीज.
क्या पढ़ाए थे मतलब फर्स्ट में मतलब क्लास की स्टार्टिंग
अरे
में?
मतलब हाँ हाँ, तब हम नहीं थे ना क्लास में, इसलिए.
तुम लेट से ज्वाइन की हो क्या?
हाँ, मेरा ट्यूशन था, ट्यूशन से आए फिर ज्वाइन किए ना.
अच्छा ठीक है, ठीक है। I'll tell you.
हाँ, मुझे व्हाट्सएप में थोड़ा दे देना.
ठीक है, ठीक है।
और शाम को क्या जूम ऐप में होगा?
हाँ, शाम को जूम ऐप में होगा 7:30 बजे, वही तो ग्रुप में दिखा रहा है। तो हम नियति
हाँ.
से पूछे, नियति और इससे पूछे तो वो लोग बोला हाँ।
हे भगवान, जूम ऐप, बाप रे, जूम ऐप में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है. मैं पहले भी ट्राई कर चुकी हूँ
मेरा
एक बार,
भी
ठीक है,
वही
फिर
प्रॉब्लम है,
करती हूँ.
इसलिए मैंने तेरे को पूछा कि तुझे भी करना है क्या। जूम ऐप पे बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है, वो अटक जाता है पूरा। बट
हाँ,
क्लासेस है
अटक
तो
जाता है. मेरे तो फर्स्ट में अटक गया था वो. ठीक है, मैं ट्राई करूंगा, अगर नहीं होगा तो क्या करे. अगर कोई और करेगा तो उससे लेना पड़ेगा.
नहीं कर
समझी.
लेते हैं, से एक काम कर लेते हैं, जूम ऐप डाउनलोड करके देख लेते हैं एक बार क्लास करके क्या होता है। ट्राई तो करते
हाँ,
हैं, बिना ट्राई किए क्या हो।
वही हम बोले एक बार ट्राई कर लेते, अगर होगा तो अच्छा, अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर जो और लोग भी जो करेंगे उससे लेना पड़ेगा.
उससे लेना पड़ेगा, हाँ वही बात है। आज सर यूनिट 7 और यूनिट 6 और 7 पर है कि 7 और 8 ना? 6 और 7
7
पर
और
है।
8.
6
7
और
8.
7।
कौन ये अभी जो क्लास कर रहा है ना सर,
हाँ
तो
हाँ
मुझे
हाँ
तो लगा 7 और 8.
हाँ वो हाँ हाँ 7 और 8 राइट।
7 और 8 होगा.
या 7 और 8 ठीक है। तुझे
हाँ
7 भेजना है ना, यूनिट 7।
हाँ, यूनिट 7. 8 में तो
यूनिट
मैं
7।
थी.
अरे यूनिट 7 में कुछ नहीं करवाया वहाँ पे। सीवी का जो फॉर्मेट है ना,
हाँ
वो
हाँ.
वाला व्हाट इज सीवी, सीवी किस लिए जरूरत, मतलब किस लिए जरूरी होता है, कैसे कितना लेंथ होना चाहिए, कैसे फॉर्मेट होना चाहिए। तेरे पास बुक है?
हाँ हाँ, बुक है, हार्ड कॉपी है मेरे
हाँ
पास.
तो हाँ तो बुक में जो भी लिखा हुआ है ना, सर ने वही
हाँ
सब पढ़ाया। और उसके बाद बस यही सब। ट्रू फर्स्ट में तू थी ना?
हाँ हाँ, वो तो मैं थी.
ट्रू फर्स्ट में तू थी तो
थोड़ा बहुत
वही
गड़बड़
सीवी
भी
की।
कर चुकी हूँ ट्रू फॉल्स में.
वो सबसे होता है रे, सबसे होता है।
हाँ वही तो. बाप रे, तूने जब मैसेज कर रही थी अच्छा एक बात मुझे बता, तो BGC 131 का तो कल भी क्लास हुआ था और आज भी हुआ.
मुझे नहीं पता, मेरे पास नोटिफिकेशन से नहीं आता है।
मेरे
तूने
पास
बोला
भी तो नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आता है.
अरे ग्रुप में नियति नेहा और नियति भेजती, नेहा भेजती है शायद, तो नेहा को बोल, नेहा
हाँ,
आज
नेहा
से सुबह।
भेजती है ज्यादा.
नेहा आज सुबह शेड्यूल भेजी ग्रुप में, तो मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया शेड्यूल में, तो फिर तूने बोला कि क्लास है, तो मैंने फिर ज्वाइन किया। मुझे मेरे पास कोई भी नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आ रहा, ये ना सेंटर में फोन करना पड़ेगा शायद कि
हाँ, अरे
नोटिफिकेशन।
मेरे पास भी सेम हुआ है। नेहा ने ग्रुप में दिया, तब मुझे समझ में आया, पर हम ट्यूशन में घुस चुके थे ऑलरेडी, तो मैं कैसे करूँगा ट्यूशन में? सर मुझे टाइम देंगे,
वो
वहां
भी
पर
बात
अगर
है,
मैं
हाँ।
वहां पर अगर मैं ऑनलाइन क्लास में लग जाऊंगी, तो एक तो बच्चा है जो ना मुझे नहीं छोड़ती है, एकदम खेलने के लिए रहती है पूरा। तो मैं क्या करूँ बोल? मैं सर के पास पढ़ू ये ऑनलाइन क्लास, तो इसलिए हम नहीं कर पाए।
यहाँ पे अनीशा
हाँ
असलम का, ये गूगल मीट है, यहाँ पे अनीशा असलम, आकाश देवनाथ दोनों है, हम दोनों का बात सुन रहे हैं। तो एक काम
हम्म,
करते हैं, हम दोनों बाद में बात करते हैं।
हाँ वो है, ठीक है।
ठीक है, चल
क्या
टाटा।
करे तो? अच्छा एक बात बता, तूने जब किया तो सर कुछ पढ़ाए तो मुझे दे देना, ठीक है?
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, दे देंगे।
वो भी सर देंगे तो मुझे दे देना तुम।
तुझे जब भी कोई लिंक आएगा ना, नेहा को ये मोल दिया,
हम्म,
जब भी कोई लिंक आएगा आप लिंक भेज देना, मैं क्लास अटेंड कर लूंगी। उसके बाद अगर तू अटेंड नहीं भी कर पाई तो मुझे बोल देना, मैं
हम्म।
तेरे को समझा दूंगी वो।
हाँ मैं बता दूंगी तुझे, इसे तो मैं फोन कर रही थी, तेरा फोन बिजी था इसलिए मैं मैसेज किया थी।
बिजी नहीं था, अरे मेरा फोन का वही होता है हमेशा, बिजी नहीं था, फोन खाली था। तेरा मैसेज देख के हम, तेरा फोन नहीं घुसा तो मेरे फोन में व्हाट्सएप कॉल कर रही थी
हाँ
क्या?
बिजी था, बिजी बिजी था, तुम किए
तेरा
थे
फोन
कॉल
नहीं
एक बार।
घुसा, लिस्ट में फोन नहीं घुसा तेरा।
जा रे, मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने तो किया तुझे फोन। होगा शायद, कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा नेटवर्क में। ठीक है, शाम को ट्राई करे, एक बार ट्राई कर ले एक बार, अगर नहीं हुआ तो क्या करे फिर? और कोई रहेगा तो उससे लेना पड़ेगा, ठीक है?
तू भी जूम ऐप डाउनलोड कर ले, नेहा और नियति तो क्लास करेंगे ना, तो उन लोग उससे बात कर लेंगे एक बार। मैं जूम ऐप डाउनलोड
हाँ
कर
मैं
लेती
हाँ मैं भी कर लेती हूँ एक बार, ठीक है।
हूँ। ठीक है, ठीक है, चल
ओके,
टाटा।
बाय, टाटा।